What's going on, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists, and welcome to this episode of On the Bench with Pete, the series you put on in the background as you hobby or paint along with me. Now, last couple of episodes I've had to kind of end pretty quick because someone was coming in, and it seems nonsensical to stop it and start it again just to add about 20 seconds or 30 seconds max on the end of the video. So that's why that happened. But I've just finished one and it happened again, so I'm gonna do another one, and we're gonna make it last this time. So yeah, this is a series you put on in the background as you're doing whatever hobby awesomeness you're doing, and it really is awesome from what you're telling me in the comments out there. Don't forget, put your I don't know why I'm doing this. It's kind of like I know, yeah. Put it in the comments what you. I always ask usually. Don't forget, let me know what you're working on in the comments below, because I do like that. I love reading about it. I was reading last night some of the ones that I've had on a couple of the different shows I've done here, and so yeah. So tell me what you're working on. Tell me how it's going as well. You know what? Tell me anything else about your hobby. What's new with you? What's got any games planned for the future? How are you coping with stuff? Let's talk about stuff. Tell me about this ninth edition in 40k, because I'm interested. I like to hear about it, and how you're finding it. What do you make of it? Is it how does it compare with eighth? I only played a handful of games with eighth in here in the studio, but I thoroughly enjoyed eighth. I don't know whether I enjoyed it. Yeah, I think I enjoyed it more than seventh. I did enjoy seventh though, but it was a bit. Let's get to the bench. Let's see what I'm working on, and let's get going. Right, I've literally just picked up where the last episode left off. My goblins with the brown skin have had their shirts done. Now I'm looking at my goblins with the green skin, and I'm thinking, have I got enough Mornfang brown? I think I have. Let's put a little bit of thinner in it. One drop of flow aid. And one drop of drying retarder. Right, aha. Mix this up. Mix it there, I think. Right. Alrighty, let's go. Yeah, I think we got more than enough to sort our goblin fellows out here. Bit more water to thin it down a bit more. Excellent. Right. This is good news. Good news. Good news. Good news. Right, so the last episode then was the nostalgia episode. Now, so I can't call this episode the nostalgia episode, or just nostalgia. But I am going to be nostalgic on it, because it's literally about 10 minutes since the last episode for me. Here we go. I'm putting Mornfang brown onto the goblin's shirts here. I think with the armour it can all be I think I'll do like black or off black, and silver studs. It's like a studded leather armor. At least that's what it looks like to me. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I don't know how long this episode's going to be. I don't know how long the battery is going to last on my microphone. I bought these new batteries, a pack of batteries. They don't seem to be lasting as long as I guess that's what you get for buying cheap batteries. So if that is the case, sorry about that. I do apologise. Yeah, so the belts can all be black. I think actually the armor can be an off black, a Corvus black or something like that, and silver studs with like an Abaddon black belt. Yeah, I think that'll work good. Now you guys know I'm painting these up for role playing. You might think, well, role playing. There's quite a lot of figures here for role playing. But the beauty of the rule system I'm using at the moment for it, the coda system, is that it covers. You could almost play a simplified version of Warhammer or strategic battle with the rules, the coda system. It covers rules for mass armies, minor skirmishes, and then of course the role playing for the single characters. Like you would do in a normal role playing session. So I think. Yeah, I think looking all right. Yeah, I think so. Looking good. Yeah, I want to get these guys done. Not to get them out of the way, but I want to get on with my floor tiles as well and my Mordor orcs, and because these are just little goblins, like the smallest orcs you can get. Like little grots. Warhammer. But yeah, I got some Mordor orcs. I suppose at some point it'd be good to get. If I don't think I've got any Urukai. I used to have, and I'm gutted about it. Yeah, I sold them early on before really I got into the hobby proper. It's a long story, but I didn't really know what I was doing back then in lots of ways. What am I doing? I need to zoom in a bit here. Zoom in. Zoom in, zoom in. Yeah, so it's quite nice weather here right now. I've got my heating on. I'm about to turn it off, I think. It does warm up quick here. That's the beauty of my studio. I mentioned this on my last episode. It does warm up quick. Yeah, so apologies for the sudden ending. It's kind of like, right, I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching, blah, blah, blah. I like to give a little bit more than that, at the end of a video. But as I say, it just didn't warrant. I didn't want to leave the video going whilst I spoke to my mum, so I just added unnecessary time onto the download onto my computer, and I didn't really want to do that. Yeah. looking at one that was already painted. I suppose even for the strategy battle game or fantasy, you wouldn't really need to paint these up to much detail because they're small guys anyway. So that's something I kind of learned from doing Flames of War. It's about the scale. You don't, you frighten yourself with, oh my goodness, I can't do that small. And yes, it is incredibly hard painting at that scale. Well, I found it incredibly hard. But at the same time, you don't need to, and it's not realistically practical to go into as much detail with, say, 15mm as you would 28mm. Which is why the contrast paints were, a godsend in a lot of respects, though I didn't use them. But for the skin, I mean, it's quite good. I mean, skin, that's, for me, that's my favourite usage of contrast paint. Skin and leather and wood and things like that. I think they're great. Getting off some of the gunk off of my brush here. Yeah, we're doing rather well here. So what happened at the end of my my last episode, it was my mum had rung me, obviously on the landline phone, which wasn't here, it was in the house. So my wife brought the phone up to me. I could hear voices outside my door, that's why I was kind of, right, I better end this quick whilst I still can. So that's, what's been going on there. So you see my mum's like, quite able. She seemed quite in good spirits actually. So I was a bit, not worried, but I was a bit, I'm wondering what sort of mood she'll be in today, whether she'll need cheering up or what, But she was all right. I'm happy to report. Yeah. Right. Sort of blasting through these a bit now. I think when this little bit of Mornfang Brown runs out, if it runs out before I finish them, which it probably will, I think I'll switch to a grey, like a Mechanicus standard grey for the remaining few. It feels that autumn or fall is definitely here. And it always scares me really how quickly the years go by, but this year has been, whoa. Probably because of everything that's been going on in the world, but I mean, man, it's going quickly. Do you find time is just flying by? It's incredible. Yeah, before I know it, it'll be my birthday again. That would have been a whole year since this really started for me, the whole bit situation. And that's going to seem like, whoa. Bit of a milestone year for me, this next coming year as well. I will be 50. My goodness. 50 years old. Feel every bit of it. Yeah. We are blasting through it, but it's, you know, long way to go. Right. I think I'm going to run out of the paint sooner than I expected. Yeah, that's all right. No, I think that's it. I think it's done. We've done 5 of them with the brown jackets or shirts. I think now we'll do 5 with a grey. Or like a white off grey. We could do that, couldn't we? Deepkin flesh. Perfect. No, I'm not trying to sound like that dude off of Warhammer TV. Perfect. I don't know what he's called. He's quite a good painter though. So I'm just going to pop my heater back on again. This is what happens when it gets cooler. I get cold and then I get hot and then I get cold again. I've still yet to phone my sister, which I will do after this episode. I was going to phone my mum after the last episode. Oh, look, mister. Bit on the last Goblin. I thought he didn't look right. Yeah. Right, now 5 left. That's 17 minutes. Not bad. Ploughing through. Ploughing through. Yeah, I'm still going to do all the other colours the same though. The off black for the top of the armour, leather armour, studded leather armour. And then the silver for the studs themselves, and then actual black, like in a Baden black for his, well, for their belts. Yeah, I think it'll look good. I think it'll look just fine. Yeah, I'm gonna phone my sister, see how she's doing in a bit. I might need to go in and get something to eat first, actually. I drank my coffee, of course, in the last episode, and I haven't been back in the house since. But, you know. I probably would have done. Yeah, I quite like that. I quite like that. Quite like that. A lot of talk on the tannoy about hints of Christmas. It's typical retail ploy, making sure customers are. Don't forget, you can't start shopping for Christmas too soon, sort of thing. Yeah, this is it's a bit of a marketing ploy, really. Having done the marketing course, I recognise all these things now, and the exact techniques they're using and employing, and see them for what they are, which is quite good. I can feel the effects of that heater again now, so that's good. Free to go, free to go. Oh, I got my, I don't know if I told you, I don't think I've done a video since, actually. I got my, box set, DVD box set of Dad's Army, which is a series I loved when I was younger. More nostalgia again, I got the complete set in, looks like almost brand new condition, for £1.30. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe my luck. I was like, oh, this is amazing. £1.30. Incredible. Well, this colour seems to go over quite well. It's a layer colour, and it covers quite well. I'm impressed. Very impressed. What's my last episode of On the Bench called? That went up on YouTube. I think it was called. No, it was the last one I uploaded last week. I think it was called Goblins. No, that was the Painting with Patrons version, which is something I've got to do as well. Actually, I think I might do my start my tile set on the Painting with Patrons episode. Hey, looking good. Looking good, my man. Looking good. Oh, that's looking alright. Yeah, I like that. We got 2 left. Let's clean off my brush a bit first before proceeding. Here we are. Brilliant. Yeah, so you're probably wondering what part these goblins have to play in my solo RPG campaign. Well, you might not. But a lot of my campaign, I mean, I did kind of engineer the first episode a bit because I wanted it to start in a certain way, knowing how random it can get. I wanted it to at least start off in a more controlled manner. So, but to be honest, the dice are gonna, the dice are literally gonna do the talking for the majority of it, which is good because that is actually less work for me. I'm keen to actually get a game of or a role-playing game underway, play it, use the Mythic emulator as the GM, just for just for giggles. Just want to do it. I've seen a couple of good ones done with a group playing a superhero game. Can't remember what it was called or who did it though, but yeah, it looked fun. Looked a lot of fun. Clean my brush off again. Turn off my heater because it's got hot. Soon gets hot. It gets hot because it's orcs. Yeah. These type of painting things that I'm doing now, these sort of batch painting stages, I find on the bench phenomenally good for getting stuff done of that nature. Well, if this does come off, we'll be laughing. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of, these is kind of like a messy stage for me. The model looks messy as you're painting it. I don't like that. I much prefer, when it comes together at the end. Who doesn't, eh? I'm just not a fan. Not a fan of the messy stage. I'm sure there's some people out there that like it. I am not one of them. There. That is it. They are done on that stage, and I'm 30 minutes in. I'm a bit fed up with the goblins, so I'm going to switch to this AOS guy. I think I'm gonna do the base a little bit. If I can find my basing tool. Now, what have I done with it? There it is. I see. So texture paint tool. So I'm just applying the texture paint onto the base. I'm almost out of this pot. Luckily, I do have a spare pot ready. Back from a time when I was doing a lot of this stuff for my 40k. I think it was the Dark Imperium box set. Because I'm a lazy baser. It's true. But I think when you're doing it for role playing, it makes you a bit more caring of how it looks. Just put the stuff on. Switch ends. Yeah. Oops. Don't want too much on there, but I want it to be a fairly neutral base for this character, or for this model. I've got some cleanup work to do on his skin. There, I think we're good to go. There. Yeah, so I'm going to wait for that to dry now. Right. Wet both ends of my texture tool. I recommend these. They're pretty good. I used to use old brushes for the longest time. I actually find this a better way to go. I actually got a newer one which I haven't actually used. I might have used it once yet. There it is. It's just simply called Citadel Texture. And the M there, it's the same as my old one, which is rubbed off now. Suggests to me that there are different size texture tools. This is the medium one. But then you see there you get a larger end, and then at the other end is a smaller end. So it's good to get the stuff out of the pot with the larger end and just sort of spread it around a bit. And then when you're going around like with the feet and things like that, use the smaller end. So yeah. Right, so that's the base done on him. Goblins have all had their shirts done. There's a base colour. What time have we got here? At 35 minutes. I don't want this to be as long an episode as my other one, because sometimes these episodes lend themselves well to a shorter lifespan. And I'm aware of long gaps in speech and so on, because my concentration is all over the place right now. Excuse me, I'm going to yawn. But it's been a blast. Let's zoom out a bit. There we go, as far as we can go. And all this stuff, yeah, it's been good. Little bits like, you know, my bear's eyes and the tongue I shall work on. I shall do more work on that for sure. I've still got my blue wizards to crack on with at some point. Yep, blue wizards for Middle Earth, because if you know anything about Middle Earth, you will know there were 5 Astari or wizards that came to Middle Earth in the guise of old men. Oh, excuse me. And they are quite possibly amongst the more powerful beings on Middle Earth. You know, possible exception to someone like maybe Tom Bombadil, but yeah, they are incredibly powerful beings. Yeah, anyway, I don't want this to go into a ramble about Middle Earth. I just saying my thoughts there. Anyway, like I said at the start, let me know what it is you're working on. So tell me that. Tell me how it's going. Tell me your thoughts on 9th edition Warhammer, what you make of it. You know, how do you find it? Have you had a chance to play any games yet? And how do you find it? Stuff like that. And yeah, I will see you on the next video. Until then, remember, all brushes lead to all. Bye for now, folks. Bye-bye.